Hey, good morning, folks. Wanted to talk to you today a little bit about how I brew my cold brew coffee. So the reason that I started drinking cold brew is because I had to put a lot of milk, cream, sugar, other things in my coffee, my standard hot brewed coffee. I like it stronger, but the stronger that you brew it, doesn't matter what kind of coffee I got, it just tasted bitter. Now, because I like that strong taste, someone recommended to me, I forget who it was, that cold brew coffee, you can get that stronger taste, but it's not as bitter and it doesn't taste as acidic. And so what I did was I bought a decanter off of Amazon that looks something like this. All right, you can find it. It's on Amazon. It's pretty standard. And then I went and got a grinder off of Amazon, because what you want to do is when you grind the beans, you want to make sure that it's set to coarse. Now, the reason that it's coarse is because whenever you stick 113 grams, and I'll explain that in a minute, of coffee into the steeping tube inside of the decanter, you want to make sure that it's coarse ground, because if it's fine ground like you get it from the store, it can actually, those little tiny grains can seep through the steeping tube and get into your coffee. So when you get towards the bottom, you get all that graininess. And if you do a coarse ground, that won't happen. The other thing that I bought is a good scale, because you want to get 113 grams. Now, why 113 grams? Because if you do more than that, it's called a concentrate coffee, and you're probably going to have to dilute it a little bit with water. So I'm doing what's called a drinkable cold brew, which means 113 grams of coffee is pretty much all that you need. The other thing you're going to need that, well, I use, this is used for canning, but I got this little funnel here because it fits perfectly into the steeping tube and you don't get coffee everywhere when you're dumping it in there. And so what I typically do is when this runs dry, I can do 3 days of coffee with a single brew overnight. So once I've emptied this out, I will refill it with 113 grams of coffee and then fill it full of filtered water. I don't use it from the sink. It's got kind of a weird taste to it. And then I will have it ready for drinking in the morning. See you on the next one.